Is Tuesday, October 20th. We are just 14 days away from the most important election of our lives. 14 days. Early voting is happening in earnest. Democrats are far outpacing Republicans in terms of ballots returned by mail. I'm telling you this, stay angry. I say it every night, stay angry. If you stay angry, you stay engaged. Stay engaged, we win the election. When we vote big, we win big. It's that simple, folks. It's all up to us, and things are looking great right now. So let's keep staying angry. Let's keep staying focused, but stay safe. Sadly enough, COVID is now exploding across this country. To remind people, September 8th was Donald Trump's first rally after taking the summer off because of the big spike in COVID cases. September 8th, when Donald Trump kicked off his rallies, we were averaging in the country about 36,000 new cases of COVID a day. Where are we now? We are now at nearly 60,000 new COVID cases every day. Yesterday, we had nearly 65,000 alone. We were averaging about 700 Americans dead a day. And sadly, that number will go up because it's a trailing indicator from how many cases we have each day. In the summer, every time we had 50,000 cases in a day, it turned out to about 1,000 Americans dead a few weeks later. Sadly, that's where we're going. Experts say it. But Trump doesn't want to talk about it, even though we found out a short time ago Melania Trump can't go with Donald Trump to his event in Pennsylvania because she's still sick from COVID. So Trump got himself the best care possible, experimental medicine, and his wife is still coughing and can't go outside. That's Donald Trump. It's a tale of two Trumps. But here's the reality. What is Donald Trump talking about? Well, Donald Trump's closing message is this simply. Donald Trump wants to talk about Joe Biden's family. Well, Joe Biden wants to talk about helping your family. And when I say Trump wants to talk about Joe Biden's family, of course, I mean Hunter Biden and the new sketchy investigation from a laptop that Rudy Giuliani and Steve Bannon cooked up that, by the way, folks, they won't give to any media outlet to check independently. So you know it's BS. Because if they would give it to media outlets, they would give it to experts who would look at it, but they won't because it's fabricated. It's fake. You know it, but still there's Donald Trump today on Fox News calling for criminal prosecution of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. And at his rally a night ago, there's the crowd cheering, lock him up about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Look, here's the reality. If there's going to be an investigation into any child of someone running for president this year, that person should be Ivanka Trump. And I say that not as a counterbalance to Hunter Biden and not new allegation that somebody showed up 2 weeks before the election like with Hunter Biden. This has been documented since 2017 by the nonpartisan ethics group called Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics. See, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics, CREW, C-R-E-W. That's their name. They've been flagging this stuff since 2017, from her getting trademarks from China while her dad's talking to China and Japan, to her and her husband working on a tax policy where they have benefited potentially millions of dollars. We don't know the answer yet, but we know that it's been flagged by them. I want to go through some of the details, but let me just give you a scenario. What if Hunter Biden, while his dad was vice president, met with the Chinese leader? And on that very day, Joe Biden's meeting with the Chinese leader, all of a sudden, Hunter Biden gets approval of trademarks he's long sought after. Donald Trump would be going crazy. The media would be covering it nonstop. But Ivanka's done that and worse, and there's no coverage, not a peep. And I don't understand the hesitance in our media. It's not like Ivanka Trump is not part of his administration. She is. She works there. Maybe because the fact that she's his daughter, they feel some hesitance to talk about her. If she was anybody else, you would talk about her, and you should be. I'm going to give you some of the details. That CREW is flagged. This is not me, Dino Bidala, flagging it. This is a nonpartisan ethics watchdog group called CREW that is documented in great detail. I just wrote about it for the Daily Beast today. So if you're interested, you can read it and click on the links to actually see the complaints and the allegations they have set forth that are detailed, and they're backed up by evidence. There's no disputing any of these, and they demand an investigation. So let me give you some examples. For example, April 2017, just 4 months into the Trump administration, there's Ivanka Trump waiting for trademark approval from China for products like for her namesake brand, but for like jewelry and bags. No approval. What happens? Donald Trump meets in April 2017 with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Coincidentally, on that very day they meet, China grants her preliminary approval of the trademarks. It gets worse. And this is just stunning here. On June 7, 2018, Ivanka Trump got more preliminary approval of trademarks from the Chinese government. What else happened on June 7, 2018? Donald Trump removed sanctions from the China massive telecommunications company called ZTE, which is partially owned by the Chinese government. So on the very day Trump lifts sanctions on these Chinese government telecommunications company, Ivanka gets trademarks approved. Another coincidence. They're not even trying to hide it, the Trumps. They all believe they're above the law. That's the reality of Donald Trump and his family. And it's more than that. One of the most serious allegations flagged by Crew. I really encourage people to check out my article. You can see the link and read it. January 2019. In this case, they actually filed a complaint with the Department of Justice, a letter to then acting to the Department of Justice, the Deputy Attorney General at the time, Rod Rosenstein. And in their letter, and I want to read you exactly what they wrote, that the Department of Justice investigate whether assistant to the president, Ivanka Trump, violated the primary federal conflict of interest law, 18 U.S. Code Section 208, when she participated personally and substantially in a particular matter directly and predictably affecting her financial interests. And what are we talking about? This isn't trademarks. This is far worse, folks. What prompted this is that Ivanka and her husband, Jared, in their capacity in the White House, worked on implementing a new tax law that authorized these things called opportunity zones that would benefit certain real estate owners. As you might imagine, who's going to benefit from this new opportunity zone they've worked on implementing? Jared and Ivanka. As Crew noted in their about this, they said Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, held financial interests worth millions of dollars in an entity benefiting from that program, the program they worked on. As Noah Bookbinder, the executive director of Crew, mentioned at the time, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner have continued to conduct themselves in ways that create a real possibility they are capitalizing on the roles of government officials to enrich themselves. They literally wrote a complaint to the DOJ to investigate. There is no evidence the DOJ ever acted on this, and of course they didn't, because the DOJ is Donald Trump's lawyer, so they protect him as well. The corruption runs deep and is coordinated and strategic in this administration. It doesn't end there. After the election, 2016, Ivanka files for trademarks in Japan. When did they get approved? February 2018, within days of Mike Pence going to Japan and meeting with the Japanese leader. Now, am I saying Mike Pence raised it? No. But did the Japanese government approve it to curry favor with the Trump administration while they were negotiating a trade deal? The same way China may have been trying to curry favor when they were negotiating a trade deal. It is obvious the answer is yes. But Ivanka Trump took the benefits of these trademarks, numerous, over 30 trademarks between China and Japan, and they're all worth money. They give you the exclusive right to sell certain products, in this case with Ivanka Trump in Japan. It's a range of things, from jewelry to bags to election machines. Exactly. I don't even know why, but it's scary nonetheless. She can make the election machines in China and then ship them to America and be used here. Now, there's not evidence of that, but, Crew went on to flag other things that Ivanka has done. She has violated the Hatch Act, which bars any partisan activity from people working in the federal government. They noted recently that, just 2 weeks ago, that she violated the Hatch Act 8 times in 48 hours, just tweeting and tweeting and tweeting about her father's campaign, which is a violation of the Hatch Act, which needs more teeth, that law. Also, as they just flagged last month, Crew, Ivanka Trump said in 2018 she shut her business down completely ceased and desist from her business. Yet in 2019, she's reporting between $100,000 and $1 million in earnings from that company. As Crew wants to know, how are you still making that much money from a company you said you shut down if you're not still running it somehow and profiting off this conflict of interest? The bottom line is, I'm not here to say lock her up about Ivanka Trump. That's irresponsible. What I am saying, this demands an investigation. It demands media coverage. And not just because of Hunter Biden being alleged, but anytime any media outlet brings up Hunter Biden, they should also bring up Ivanka Trump. But we need an investigation into this. There's no doubt about it. The reality is, despite what Donald and Ivanka might believe, just because your name is Trump doesn't make you above the law. And they believe that. They think they're a king and a princess and that we are serfs who are here to work for them. That's not the reality. Look, 2 weeks. Stay angry. Let's win this election. But this investigation should go on. And the media has dropped the ball on not investigating this in earnest. And now some of them are talking about Hunter Biden, some not. They should also be talking about this. This is very real. Thanks for tuning in. My show is live 6 to 9 p.m. You'll hear about this all in more detail on my show tonight. It's channel 127 on SiriusXM channel 127 Progress Channel. And again, if you don't subscribe to SiriusXM, go to the website, check it out. There's always a free trial. Get the free trial. Tune into my show. Call in, be part of the conversation, be part of our family as we defeat Donald Trump and save America from an authoritarian fascist who profit from their own job instead of serving the American people. Thanks for tuning in.